Good morning. My name is Courtney, and I am a new gardener in Zone 8A in Georgia. And it is a beautiful spring day, and I wanted to show you guys my garden in May. Now, I am a new gardener, so just keep that in mind. First, I wanted to show you guys my raised beds. This is all planted from seed. I have butter lettuce, and it looks like it's about to bolt soon. I'm just waiting to collect the seeds, and I'm leaving it out for the critters to eat. It's pretty bitter now. I think I waited too long. But yeah. And then I have some Elysium here. I planted this originally to deter pests. I read that Elysium is really good as a host plant for aphids, etc. And I think it's worked out really well. I don't have any aphids that I know of on my butter lettuce. Like if I check the leaves right now, I don't think there's any. Yeah, can't really see any aphids. Is there any? No, I don't see any. So, no aphids. So I do think the Alyssum helped with that. I have tomatoes here. Again, no pests that I can see, so I think that it's working really well for me. And I do have some beneficial nematodes that I applied a couple of weeks back, so I do think that also contributed to not seeing too many pests. And this is another tomato plant. These are the Tiny Tim tomato plants. I've never grown them before, but they are flowering, so I'm hoping to see some fruit very soon. And this beauty here is a fireball marigold. I bought this off of EdenBrothers.com. It is absolutely gorgeous, also grown from seed, but look at the buds. They are amazing. I don't think there's any pests on them, but I planted marigolds because I wanted to deter pests along with the alyssum, and something has been chomping on it. So hopefully that's helping. I did read that French marigolds are actually better to deter pests, but you live and you learn. I need to cut that piece right there, but I'll leave it for now. In my next raised bed, I have more beautiful fireball marigolds, and I have some alyssum that really likes the spot because it's so big. I'm pretty sure I planted them, the other one and this one, maybe like a week apart. And then it's a random carrot seed that just grew there, and made its home. And then I have some basil. I have 3 basil plants, which are growing great. And then these are my carrots that I thinned, and hopefully I thinned them right, but because there's a lot. But no idea when I need to harvest them. Someone told me that when you start to see the orange tops, that's when they're ready. I have no idea though, so I'll just leave them. And then I have some thyme that I also grew from seed. So that's that. And over here is a flower bed me and my husband created. We pulled out the sod. Here is a silver dwarf Shasta daisy that I have in the front. And I also have some pincushion, I think this blue button. Pollinators really love this, and I think this plant is absolutely beautiful. It's on its 3rd bloom now. You just cut it back and then it blooms. Then I have some salvia. This is Mystic Spires salvia, I think it's called. And as you can see, loved by the pollinators. Beautiful, gorgeous, vivid purple. And then I have another marigold that I grew from seed, that are starting to bud out and bloom. And then this is a mum that I bought last year that I decided to plant after winter. And then this is Red Riding Hood penstemon. Never had this plant before. Purchased it from Lowe's. Beautiful plant, and it's a perennial, so I can't wait to see how it does in the ground. And then I have some Blue Better salvia that I also grew from seed here. This is a feverfew pom-pom that I grew from seed. It's been in there for about a month, and maybe it's the soil. It's just taking forever to put on more growth, but hopefully it'll get better with time. This is a Stilby. It's a shade perennial, part shade perennial. The flies love it, so I don't know how I feel about that. But it is a gorgeous plant, and I wanted some height in the middle of my bed, so that's why I was thinking of putting it here. Still not sure, but I need to plant it soon. And then I have some coleus. I have this really beautiful chartreuse green coleus. And I don't know if it's a good spot for it. It does get quite a bit of sun right here. I thought I calculated the sunlight correctly, but maybe I didn't. So I have a variety of different coleus, but hopefully they continue to do well. The red is absolutely gorgeous. And then I have a chartreuse and red coleus there. I cannot say that. What the hell was that? Okay, I think that was a bird. But love these coleus. The colors are so beautiful. And I think I did a pretty okay job with laying out the different colors. Then I have a Paul's Glory hosta, which also I feel like is getting a little bit too much sun. I'm hoping just watering it will help. This spot close to the house gets about maybe 3 to 4 hours of morning sun and a little bit of afternoon sun. I think around 2 p.m. it's no more sunlight in that spot, but I'm kind of teetering on it might be too much sun, but we'll see how it does over time. And this is another Color Blaze coleus, beautiful burgundy red. I think if it takes off and everything, I think it'll look gorgeous with all the other colors. And then I have a Paul's Glory hosta, another one right there. In this pot, I have some dahlias that I bought from Walmart that were bare root. They are doing pretty well. I think only one tuber ended up rotting from the rain. If in Georgia we've been having a lot of rain, I think that's the case for everyone across the country right now. It's just a lot of rain. So the ones that did made it are doing pretty well. And then I just filled this pot with some zinnia seeds, and I actually need to water these soon so they can go ahead and germinate. But then this pot in the middle, I don't have anything in it. It's just soil, so I got to put something in there soon. Now this beauty is my Limelight hydrangea. I planted this about a month ago. It's been doing really well. I did fertilize it with Hollytone. And it seems to be really liking this spot. It's a full sun spot. I'm so tired of this grass getting in this bed here or near my hydrangea, but I just pull it out. I have a Japanese holly that I got on clearance at Lowe's. I think it's a great screening plant near the fence, so I have that. I have another Shasta Daisy Silver Princess there that I grew from seed. And then I have a Baptisia. This is the Proven Winners Decadent Slim and Meringue Baptisia. First time I've ever had this plant. I did have to stake it. It flopped a little bit. I don't know if it was getting enough sun in the nursery, but I did stake that one, and the color is beautiful. I did cut it back. I hope I get another flush of beautiful blooms, but yeah, full sun perennial there. And then I have a knockout rose, a coral knockout rose that I actually got on clearance at Lowe's for $7.50. And you can see it's already a bloom after cutting it back a couple of weeks ago. I cannot wait for it to bloom. And then I just have another Japanese holly that I got at Lowe's on clearance. All right, so now I want to show you guys some of the petunias and my planters. So this beautiful planter here has bubblegum Super Tunia Vista petunias, and then I also have some jazzberry in here, and then I have another, oh, that's a verbena. It's just randomly in there. I have some creeping Jenny that's probably getting too much sun. Hopefully when the petunias really start to take on their bushy growth, it'll have more shade, and I think it'll do a lot better. Then I have some random marigold seeds, fireball marigold seeds in there. I don't know how they're going to do because petunias like a lot of water, marigolds not so much. But we'll see for now, and I'll just keep them in there. And then the petunia in the back I bought from a nursery. I don't know the name of it, but it is gorgeous. And then I have a foxglove, a Camelot foxglove. It's a biennial. So I need to plant that soon, but I did cut it back quite a bit. And the wind is knocking everything over. Gotta love the wind. But it's pretty good on a hot summer day, or hot spring day, I should say. Then I have another knockout rose that I got off clearance. This rose looked a mess. I did have to cut it back quite a bit. It was just, I mean, it was clearance, so it looked half dead, but I cut it back. You can see the picture. It was borderline questionable, but you can see it has a ton of buds now, so it's doing really well. And I just watered it earlier. So I do think it'll do fine when I plant it. This is a geranium that I actually cut back once already, and it's already putting on another set of blooms. Beautiful plant, super hardy. It is an annual, but I just love the color. And it put on so much growth, it's insane. And then I have my velvety purple petunias. I don't know what it's called, but I know I bought a small pot from Lowe's. It started out really small, and it's put on so much growth. I have been fertilizing these. I actually need to fertilize it again. But I think the rain really also helped it flush out so many more blooms. And I'll have a picture to show you guys how it looked originally. And then this is Blue Better Salvia from seed. This took on a lot of growth. I think the fertilizer that I use for the petunias added to that. But they already have beautiful buds ready to bloom, so I'm super excited for that. I will have to move it eventually because this pot obviously is getting too crowded with the petunias and the geraniums putting on more growth, so I'll probably plant that in the ground soon. And then I have another mum that I put in the ground and overwintered. Well, I guess it just survived the winter. And I planted it. And this flower bed here, me and my husband also created. We are going to add more plants eventually. And then this beautiful plant here is a dahlia that I got from Lowe's. I cut it back, and it's been putting on bloom after bloom after bloom. You can see there's tons of buds, and this is probably one of my favorite plants that I've purchased so far this year. I mean, look at the color. It's absolutely stunning. And I don't know, I just love dahlias. I'm obsessed now. Most people love dahlias when they get them. And then I have some stained glass hostas. I bought two from Lowe's. No. I bought this from Ace Hardwood store. I read that the chartreuse green leaves can take a little bit more sunlight, and I do think they like this spot. I do need to put them in the ground, obviously. We're not going to have landscaping fabric there forever, but they are doing pretty well in this spot that gets 4 to 5 hours of sunlight. So I'm happy about that. And then I have a ton of other plants that I bought. This is alliums that I need to plant in the ground. They are from Bluestone Perennials. They were pretty sickly when I got them, so we'll see how they do. And then this is, what is this? Denim lace sage, I think. I need to plant that. This is the echinacea cone flower in the color cantaloupe. I am so excited to see this bloom. I cannot find these anywhere, so I had to buy them offline. So I bought two. And then this is another Shasta daisy that I planted from seed. I think that's common yarrow that I planted from seed. And then I have a Gabir or Gerber daisy I planted from seed, some asters. This is the lavender aster, the other echinacea coneflower. And then I have some Gumfrina that didn't really do well because of thrips, but planted it from seed. We'll see how that does. And then I have some more feverfew pom-pom and some salvia. And then here I have some Gerber daisies that I bought from Lowe's. They've just been putting on blooms. I need to cut that back, but there's another bud that's about to bloom soon. I'm excited about that. Love Gerber daisies. And then I also have one that I grew from seed that I just plopped in the pot. So once that one peters out, the taller one, that one will start to, gain growth and grow and have more blooms for me. And then that's another Mystic Spires or Spearies, whatever it's called, salvia. Love that plant. So do the pollinators. Oh, look at the bumblebee. Yeah. So they love salvia. The bumblebees love salvia. Look at this one going in. And then I have more plants. Some rosemary I grew from seed that needs to be planted like yesterday. And then I have a bunch of zinnia seeds that I just sowed and then put in these little things outside. And then I have a vanity verbena. I'm excited for that. Cannot wait for that to be put in the ground and for it to bloom. I have some Agastache. I think this is Jubilee. Yeah, I can't wait for that to bloom. More yarrow, more rosemary, another dahlia, not dahlia, Gerber daisy. And then I have ageratum blue, some black-eyed Susan, vanity verbena, and yeah, I'm a little overwhelmed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and this is the progression of my garden for May, and I will see you guys again for another tour soon.